Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and this probably will be a few days over this video, just because months. It'll be months over this whole video. Right now, all I'm trying to do is just prep the areas for prepping the areas so I can assess the damage more. I'll be pulling off the seat belts, the front seat belts, and I'll be magically pulling all the interior from the car, and somehow I'll make it look like this. Step one is pull the cover back off the car, and then find my tools, start taking stuff apart. All right, so now we're gonna get to removing the T-top bracket there, and then the seat belt there. Now I'm not sure if I'm gonna need an impact there, but I'm definitely gonna have to pull that off. Through there. So now what I'm gonna do is take my sandwich bag, parts bag, and now luckily I know what these are, but if some random person was looking at this, I don't think they know what a P seatbelt seat loop is. So that's just another good thing when you're taking apart the car instead of buying a car apart, even if everything is labeled and organized. But see, it's probably gonna be backwards. Yeah, so then I just put it in my big box. A box of goodies and parts, and repeat that process many times. But no, I'm not gonna bother. I don't want to lose it. So, although probably if I was gonna lose it anywhere, I'd lose it in that box. But all right, so now I'm probably gonna pull it off that spider's been dead for a while. So now I'm gonna pull off the seat belt. Looks like it's just 2.5 inch or 13 millimeters, and then from there I gotta get it with a Torx bit from the bottom, but that can wait. I'm gonna put on these too, just because I don't know what dust is up there. Yeah, so might need a new seatbelt, because pretty sure that should be retracting. I don't know. I think it's supposed to. Whatever, I'll go through it and see if something's wrong. Fix it if there is. Alright. Now I'm gonna get this that T-top bracket here taken out, and then probably the front one too. Because I gotta do a repair up there as well, but definitely this one. And then we'll be able to see a bit more what we're dealing with. So I'll put you guys back in a time lapse. Alright, so before I create more problems and strip something, I'm gonna probably get some penetrating oil on that Laker. Nothing but the best. Oh, I don't like the sound of this. Again, more silicone. Came out because there was a rust hole, but which is not ideal. So now I gotta soak this.
Kind of waiting game, I guess.
Eventually it'll soak through, and then when that soaks through, I'll pull the screw out and I keep all these parts together so I don't lose anything. Hey guys, I know it's been a long time since you guys have been gone. Well, I've got gotten a lot of time to strip the car right down. Got out the floor, as you can see, since I have a new panel from Classic Industries. So yeah, basically I have the whole floor to do. And well, it's a lot, but I've just patched up the mount, the subframe mount, because that needed to be done. Pulling out the dashness, that was like that was a late night. Stayed up till 2 a.m. doing that. 2 nights in a row. But other than that, it's not too bad. I actually have a pretty good floor. Like, it's, especially on this side, there's a few spots like there, and like up here is a little questionable. I have the pan for that though, so I'm not worried. And then back there, I'll probably have to do some patches, but it's really nothing too bad, and I'm not too worried about it. I should be able to somewhat do it, make it look good, hopefully. Plus, you won't see the floor unless you pull the whole interior. And it's not like I'm going to be trying to sell this car, because I plan on keeping this car forever. And I'm working on the car. I did a patch on the inner rocker. I'll upload some pictures. Because I had to do that once I saw like everything underneath. I had a patch to do right on the I'll use my hammer. A patch to do on here that I did because I had a few pinholes, and then on the inner rocker I had a few pinholes, and I just didn't feel like dealing with that down the road, so I figure might as well do it now. That was a learning experience in itself, but I'm going to have to get used to it because there's a lot of rust on this car that I got to fix. My plan with the car is to start low, like start nice and low, and then work my way up, because I think that's the way that everything will kind of not get too overwhelming. I don't want to have the car cut apart everywhere, so I'm working one thing at a time. So first thing I'm going to do, toe board, then, well, clearly inner rocker first, but toe board. Then I'm going to work my way back into the floor in the front, and then I'm going to do the floor back here, and then work my way to that side. I have all my tools in here and all my junk in there, so I'll slowly get at it. It's very stripped, so not too much fire hazard, although undercoating is very flammable, and I had a lot of fire doing the inner rocker, but I didn't burn the car down, and I didn't burn the garage down. So I'm going to keep working away at trying to fit up that toe board. Then once that's fit up, I will prepare both surfaces, spray some weld through primer on the subframe support, subframe support, I guess, subframe mount, whatever you want to call it. Spray some on there, and then after that, I guess it'll be get ready to clamp it up and then tack it in. One thing I did notice is the lip on this isn't perfect. It kind of looks like the floor doesn't lay over perfect on it. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do, but the first thing I want to do is just get the toe board in, and then after the toe board's in, I won't be crawling up in that space and hit my head on the damn steering wheel every time. So I'm looking forward to that. Climbing in the car now. Also, those fiberglass welding blankets are great when they don't go everywhere, but they go everywhere. I'm just showing you guys the repair. So up here I had pinholes, so all that's a patch. I mean, it's not perfect, but for not much welding experience, a lot of grinder experience now, I'm happy with it. And same with the subframe patches. I mean, it's still not perfect, but at the same time, down the road, I probably will do like a full-on restoration. Right now, I want to get it driving. So there's my big hole cut. And it's going to be a lot of getting in, getting out, and a lot of climbing. This is what I'm talking about. I get all the way up in this damn car. And then my Sharpie are making marks all the way down there. Oh, anyways, back down we go. Don't fall, please. Oh. Well, now because of this bracket, so it's so hard to cut underneath, and I don't want to, it's hard to get up there with a grinder, so it's hard to trim it anymore. I am making guesstimate marks and then easing back about 2 inches, so well, I'm just doing basically the final cuts. I'm now cutting the floor instead of the toe board because it's too damn hard. Too darn hard. It's too darn hard. See we can't see the toe, like where the floor is under the toe board, so you don't know where exactly to cut. But it's getting there. Looking forward to it being done, and then I gotta do the rest of the floor, and then I have patches. Well, I have all the floor pans that I need, so I'm set. Well, I almost have, this is all trimmed up. I trimmed off the pinch weld there. I'm only gonna use the bottom of the pinch weld because it's a mess to try and get up there, like up along the side, and I don't want to twist anything. So it's fitting pretty good. I need to do one little trim on the actual floor, and then after that it should be all good to go. And then it's just prepping the surfaces, drilling this holes with spot welds, and fire in. All right, so I'm back again. I have it all, the pan fits in well now, so everything's trimmed up. I'll show you guys just a quick picture, or not picture, but a video. I have to sand down all the surfaces, spray everything with weld through primer, and then weld. This is everything. It's only going to go to here. Then I have another patch panel that probably won't reach up to the point where I cut to, but I had to cut that far up because, well, even I should probably cut that, but there we go. Well, the last step, kind of last step, is upon us now. I just have to coat everything in weld through primer, let it dry, and then it's just getting the piece in there and tacking it in. It's going to be a lot of tacks, but it's going to be really friggin' satisfying. I'm going to be coating it with this. It's just some zinc weld through coating, well, primer. Kind of just makes it not rust, or rust is fast. Everything will rust, but it should fight it. And yeah, to say I'm relieved and just feeling good about this is an understatement. I'm so excited just to see this piece go in. I've cleaned a lot of the undercoating out of this just because I had way too many close calls, and I'm not trying to burn the car down. But there's not much that can catch fire other than the firewall insulation. But I kind of tore that out because I'm not a huge fan of it, and kind of just looks gross. But yeah, I'm gonna coat this now, and then after that I will I guess get the pan ready to go in. Alright guys, so I did manage to get it in there. It's not perfect. It's also not done yet, but it is tacked in. There's some gaps that I'm not too happy with, but at the same time, I'm just happy it's in the car now because it was kind of an intimidating thing and I wasn't looking forward to doing it. But let me show you guys what it looks like. So right now I still have a clamp on there, covering, or it's over big space, but that's all right. I'll get that figured out. As you can see in there, so I gotta do the spot welds, but I gotta get sheet metal screws to pull it down, and then do that. But I mean, it's kind of nice to have a floor there now. Just another problem you face when using like repop panels is they're not going to fit perfect. They're going to fit, like, they'll fit somewhat, that you can like stretch them in a certain ways, but they're really not pressed the same way they would be at the GM factory. So what you can see here is I have that, it's not welded yet, but it's mounted up there. I still got to trim up there, trim down to the bottom. But I have to add that onto the panel because the way that panel's made is like, well, the way it's supposed to be made is supposed to lap weld over top of each other. And the way it was, I mean, there was gaps. So anyways, I'll weld that on. It'll probably be a bit bigger than I need. So that'll probably make some, like, trim it up, make it look good. Then I'll definitely have to put primer on that. But like weld through primer. But yeah.